After a bye in Week 4, the Saints take on the Cowboys here in Week 5. We'll start things off with those Cowboys on offense. Dak Prescott in the shotgun, 9-18 in the first quarter. Prescott unnecessarily throwing on the run. It's way short of the receiver, and Marshawn Lattimore is there to pick it off. He's going to take it down to about the 50-yard line, and the Saints take over on offense thanks to the interception from the second-year man out of Ohio State. So, Saints on offense, Teddy Two Gloves in the shotgun, 3rd and 8. They need a conversion, and Bridgewater finds Willie Snead over the middle on the post route. Unfortunately, he would come up injured. He'll be out for a couple weeks. But then a few plays later, it's a pitch to Alvin Kamara. He drags a man into the end zone. Touchdown Saints. They strike first. 7-0 is the lead. Now, moving on to the second quarter, back on offense are the Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott breaking a tackle in the backfield, picks up a few blocks, and he is gone. All the way to the promised land, Ezekiel Elliott, 58 yards to the house. It's now tied up at 7. But then the Saints got the ball right back, and they decide to one-up that as Teddy Two Gloves turns into Teddy Touchdown, finds Brandon Coleman, the Rutgers product, 59 yards, literally one-upping the Zeke Elliott run, and the Saints are back on top 14-7. Later on in the second, handoff to Javarius Allen, stiff arms the hell out of Marcus Williams, picks up a few extra yards. They would settle for a field goal, however, as Dan Bailey makes it a 14-10 game. And then the Saints got a bit greedy before halftime, passing rather than running out the clock, and it's picked off by Sean Lee, and he has all the space in the world. Takes it back to the end zone, a pick six for Sean Lee, and the Cowboys are on top, 17-14 at halftime. So second half action now, 6:19 in the third quarter, as Bridgewater finds Tavon Austin over the middle down to the 24-yard line. It's 2nd and 10 now, as Teddy this time finds Michael Thomas on the out route, and they would settle for a field goal, and it's all tied up back at 17 now. Move things on later into the third quarter. Cowboys on offense now. Another handoff to Javarius Allen. Puts a man in the spin cycle and then finally gets tackled inside Saints territory. But the Cowboys would not go much farther. They settle for a field goal. 20-17 is the score. Fourth quarter action now, about halfway through the fourth quarter, as the Cowboys pin the Saints at the 2-yard line. A good for the brand punt. And then pick things up in the drive on their own 13. Saints have a long way to go. Nobody's open, so Teddy Two Gloves takes off. He fumbles, but it goes out of bounds, so they still get the first down on their own 31 now. Bridgewater in the shotgun. Over the middle has Tavon Austin diving for the catch, now on their own 49. A bomb down the sidelines to Michael Thomas in single coverage. It's a DPI on the Cowboys, and that would get them into field goal range, where they settle for a field goal with 30 seconds left, and that would send the game into overtime, where the Saints get the ball first. Handoff to Mark Ingram, who ends up getting his knee underneath a player and somehow not tearing his ACL, but not only somehow not tearing his ACL, he proceeds to run through a DB and then get all the way down inside the 10-yard line, down to the 7, then the very next play action, Bridgewater back of the end zone. Thomas cannot keep his feet in. He's incomplete on that play. Then 3rd and goal. Nobody's open. Bridgewater extending the play. Still nobody open, so he rolls out to the end zone himself, and he gets in there. A rushing touchdown wins the game from Teddy Two Gloves, as the Saints come away with the victory, 26-20. Over the Dallas Cowboys, and the Saints improve to 3-1 on the season, and the Dallas Cowboys drop to 3-2. With that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of New Orleans Saints football. I have been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying goodbye.
Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate.